5.
Okay, try that one. You make a noise?
4,
Make some noise real fast.
3, 2, 1, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, welcome to the show, Trashwells. That's me, Bogan. How you doing, Bogan? Glad to be back on the air.
Yeah, after a long vacation.
Yes, sir. We are on a broadcasting from a new undisclosed location over up in the Rockies here by plenty of cows, cattle, caffeine,
Coyotes.
All that good stuff. But I'm eager to get ready to start this show. So we got 3 no's of the show.
Yeah, what are they?
No swearing. That's the first one. I got my swear sign right here. We also got a swear jar too.
Yeah, we upped the ante. Now we got a swear jar. Some of the words that we won't disclose are what? 50 cents up to $1. I had to throw a $5 bill in there the other day.
That'll make you broke. And so we also do not talk about politics. We do not mention proper nouns of people, places, or things, except for the ones that we've already said in the previous shows.
Yeah, we're just trying not to call anybody out by name.
Nope, not if they don't want any attention.
Except for Trashwells, because he's
totally.
a trash bag.
Yeah, so moving, working, pulled an extra shift, working some overtime, and it's been really fun. So we finally got our new studio set up. We're trying to do put like a little curtain, get a little nice feel for the studio, and who knows, eventually we'll go into visual effects pretty soon. But in the meantime, you guys are stuck with our hilarious voices
No comment.
through these black microphones, but hey, they're working out for us, so hope you guys enjoy tonight's program. Trashwells. Bogan, how you doing tonight, man? What do you want to talk about?
I'm doing well, Trashwells. We were looking at a few things. I think today it would be fun, or tonight rather.
Depends on where you're at.
True, you could be in Alaska for some reason. I don't know why you would be in Alaska, but anyway. Side note, they get like 30 days of night sometimes up there.
30 days of night and 30 days of day, depending on what season it is. I'm not sure exactly how it works because I haven't gone there yet, but I've seen a couple of movies that took place, like, it was in Alaska and the whole thing took place during the day, and that's got to be tough to sleep.
That's what I was going to say. Good luck sleeping on that one. Jeez. But anyways, we thought it would be fun to take some time and just take a step back, way back, even farther back, and let's talk about space. Final frontier.
Final frontier.
Said something I didn't want to say there. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I can go ahead. That's kind of got me interested over past years is that I just recently discovered about, but apparently it's been, the space station's been following it for a long time, and that's that new asteroid called 16 Psyche, and this is from the World Wide Web.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah, that they're saying the asteroid is worth $10,000 quadrillion.
Wow.
Yeah,
what comes after quadrillion?
I think it's
quintillion, maybe.
Something with an S or something like that. I don't know. You're the math man. I thought
True.
you had this
I am
figured
the
out.
math guy.
But so they're trying to, we're saying they because we can't use proper nouns of who, what, but I'm sure you can figure this out. Anybody with a laptop and, internet access. But they're trying to bring this asteroid back to Earth.
Huh.
And they're going to do some more research on it in 2025, I'm thinking. That's what I'm quoting, I guess, from the World Wide Web last time what I saw. But it's still tough that how they're going to bring something like that through the Earth's gravitational pull, because they're figuring, hey, we can put a big old rocket ship or Hubble something, around it to condense it, close it in, and then bring it through Earth's atmosphere. But it's still hot, and that asteroid with all that iron and just gold and everything, that would be a very big project. I mean,
Well, it'd be a big blow to the world economy if you want to bring an asteroid. What did you say? And this cracks me up that they use thousands and quintillions. How does that? What was the number?
quadrillion.
Let's say a lot.
Yeah,
Let's just say a
quadrillion
lot.
dollars.
How many
Yeah.
zeros you got there?
15.
15
I think.
zeros.
Yeah,
I guess
15
just think about
zeros.
that for a second. If you want to bring a rock that's worth, and I'm assuming it's the U.S. dollar, with 15 zeros.
Pure
behind
gold,
it.
iron, copper.
Now, if
whatever.
you bring that much gold into the earth, you're going to completely destroy the market. Like what happened with back when the Spanish were colonizing South America, they brought so much gold back that they completely destroyed the gold market in Spain. Now, this is between continents. This is South America to Europe. Now you're talking about bringing an asteroid with 15 zeros worth onto the Earth. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I think it would do more harm than good, is what I'm getting at. And I think, personally, if they want to use it, what makes more sense to me is bring it to maybe a staging area like the moon and then use those precious metals to build some spaceships on the moon. Build a space station on the moon.
Yeah, well, here's the
Don't
other
bring
thing.
it to Earth.
Is that
It's going
they
to
said
saturate the market. We're going to be ruined. My silver coins are going to be worthless.
if they can bring it down. But here's another thing is what gets me. It says, this is from the World Wide Web. It says, 16 Psyche is one of the most massive objects in the main asteroid belt orbiting between Mars and Jupiter. How are you going to bring that down? That's I see it as almost like the people who are trying to bring up the Titanic from the bottom of the sea by putting hot air balloons and lifting it up or something.
Is that
like
how they wanted to do
That's
that?
what I heard. They want to bring the Titanic back, but it's more of a burial ground, a sacred place.
Yeah, let it lie.
And I think a lot of people would be upset if they tampered with
Yeah.
that. But this thing is so massive, and I think it would probably do more harm in trying to bring it back than actually.
Well, what if it falls? Then you got a giant asteroid.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys remember what killed the dinosaurs? I'll give you a hint. It was an asteroid.
But here's the crazy thing, though. Nobody can really claim an asteroid. It's just that people with more money and advanced technology have the upper advantage.
Right.
So they can't claim it because it's in free space.
Well, that's a good.
Right?
I like that point about claiming an asteroid. Maybe if we take it a step further, what about like a meteorite? So a meteor comes into the atmosphere and burns up. A meteorite actually makes contact. So let me take a step back and say what killed the dinosaurs was a meteorite, which at one point was an
175
asteroid.
million years ago. For you nerds out there, yes, we know our history.
170. Wow.
Or it's a little bit longer than that.
Ancient
That sounds about
history.
Yeah.
But that brings up a good segue, and let me talk about this other thing that I was looking at. And I'll read the title of the article for you people out there. And I quote, "Rare meteorite found in UK driveway could hold secrets of the early solar system." Okay, now that's kind of cool, but it goes back to what you're saying with claiming ownership. Now, when a meteorite hits the Earth, and if it's really tiny like this, most of the time, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, it's got some precious metals in it. Like you were saying, this was
16 Psyche.
16 Psyche has 15 zeros worth of precious metal. Okay,
Gold.
it's not like you're gonna find technology up there. It's
you
the
might find
metals
it,
is
yeah.
what's worth, right? So this meteorite, which thousands of people spotted on February 28th, and more fragments are apparently scattered in a place called, I'm gonna butcher it, Gloucestershire.
Sure, which almost like the
Yeah.
some kind of sauce that we use.
Good, but okay, hold on, because I got to take a segue. I got to take a tangent here. This is the UK, naturally. It should have been obvious with the ending of the name Shire. How many places in the UK do you think, Trashwells, end with Shire in their name?
I don't know, enough to keep this program going all night.
Enough to keep this conversation going. I've actually got a list: Aberdeenshire, Bedfordshire, Berkshire, Buckinghamshire, Cambridgeshire, Carmarthenshire, Cheshire, Clackmannanshire, Danbigshire, Derbyshire, Eastershire, East Dunbartonshire, East Renfrewshire. These are English words, by the way. East Riding of Yorkshire. What? That's weird. Flintshire.
Sounds like a beer.
Oh, there's the one we were talking about. Gloucestershire. I can keep going. Hampshire.
So yeah,
Hertfordshire.
but it still is interesting. I mean, I think that if it does fall on your property,
41.
Yeah, if it does, 41.
There's 41 shires in the UK, people.
I think if an asteroid does fall on your property in your backyard or on your driveway, then you have the right to claim that as yours.
Well, let me make a counter argument. What if you are renting the property? Okay, what if I'm renting a house and in one of these shires, which, by the way, with all these shires, maybe the hobbits live in one of them. I'll stop. Anyway.
I thought the hobbits were in Hobbiton.
Which is in the Shire.
In the Shire, okay.
Maybe that's the point, because there's so many shires in the... I'm starting to think Hobbiton's in the UK. Anyway... What was I saying?
It was
if you're renting a house here in Gloucestershire, and you get this meteorite fall in your backyard, is that your property as the renter, or does it become your landlord's? Or is it the Queen's?
Well, who knows? But I mean, it's just like going for the rights of being a treasure hunter. Say you're searching for some gold or some lost John Dillinger's money over in Nevada. You know,
that
which
was
is
found,
out there.
wasn't it?
No, it's still out there. $250,000 worth of 1930s cash that he allegedly buried. And so let's say you go out there and you find it, or some shipwrecks in the middle of the ocean and stuff with all this, gold doubloons, stuff like that. The government will actually say, "Oh, that's ours." You might be able to get a percentage of it, like 1% or something.
Which seems kind of crazy, actually. Along that lines, there was a Spanish galleon found. I want to say about a decade ago in the Atlantic. They found it, and it had tons of gold, just doubloons.
Yeah.
The Spanish government, upon finding out, sued the guy who found it and said, "Hey, this was property of the Spanish government 400 years ago. It's not even the same government."
Yeah, if it's on there, it's still like, who claims that? That's just like the guy who cracked Forrest Finn's treasure map poem that he wrote out of a book. That was I wish I'd told you this sooner, because it was up in the Rockies.
Oh no, I heard about that, but that's kind of different, because the guy came out and said if you can find, I think it was $1 million in a box.
Well, he said it was $2 million to $3 million. That was on the reports, and then it turned out to be like $1 million. But it's still on like national forest property, so. That's
true, and the guy found it, but he got to keep it. But I think that's kind of a different case, because in that case, the rightful owner, the guy who put it there, said whoever finds it gets to keep it. But now we got situations like...
But it's not on his land, though.
True, but but the guy said, you get to keep it, it's mine, whoever finds it. Not like the situation with the Spanish galleon, where... who knows why it sunk? Maybe pirates. Probably pirates. A lot of
Most
pirates
likely.
back then. But then if we go another step back where we were with the meteorite, nobody technically owns that until, I guess, it hits ground.
Yeah,
right?
I'd probably think that it's still, very moot subject. I'd definitely say that, you have the right to own it because it's on your property, but still, like you said, the owners, homeowners, whoever, isn't it theirs?
Yeah, it's just kind of
sketchy.
Kind of a gray area. I just feel like there's not a set of laws, because this stuff doesn't happen ever, unless you're in Gloucestershire, Gloucestershire. Sorry, I'm having so much fun with these shires here, people. Anyway. Yeah, I just don't think it's not something that happens a lot, so I think it's still kind of a gray area as far as rights and who owns it.
Yeah, that's why I'd love to go on wild treasure hunt, but then of course you have all the, oh, it's on our land, it's ours, and at that point you might as well just work the extra overtime hours that you
Yeah, well,
got at
it's
your
really
job.
it's
or try to win the lottery.
I got my ticket, by the way.
It's
But
going
it's
up.
very off-putting to think, hey, if I go spend my time and resources looking for treasure and then I find it, I gotta go give it to some buddy who did absolutely nothing and just says it's theirs. Now, we've got pretty far away from space. I think that's
Light
what
years.
we said we were talking
Light
about.
years
Thank
away.
you.
Yep.
Light years. Maybe we can rope it back in. I've got another story if you guys care to hear it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going on any vacations anytime soon, and I don't know. Are you, Bogan? Are you going on any vacations or nothing soon, right?
What do I got
Probably get
coming
some
up here? I got a fishing trip coming up in May. Gonna go to the good old land of GA. Do a little fishing in a lake, catch some bass, and then I intend to head back up to North Crack, a cold one, and do some offshore fishing. So I'm trying to do freshwater fishing, offshore fishing in the same week. Anyway.
Yeah, that sounds very good. But yeah, we're going to try to get out more shows too. Again, like we said, we apologize for falling behind for the last, I guess, 2 weeks since our last uploaded program.
Almost
We actually
three,
had,
I think.
yeah, we actually had a really good fun time doing the last one with the medieval times and stuff.
That was just a gas.
That was hilarious. But we're going to try to bring out some more programs. So, again, just keep giving us that feedback and more information on what to talk about. But didn't mean to interrupt you there, but go ahead, say what you were going at.
Oh, yeah, no worries, Trashwells. You know, I expect nothing else from a Trashwells like you. But
They don't call me Trashwells for nothing.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
I have
But
a reputation for that name.
If we continue on the space subject that we got so far away from, let's jump back. I've got another title, and I'm just going to read the title of the article here. We've got Harvard professor says strange interstellar asteroid was, wait for it, an alien spacecraft.
Well, you know, strange things are afoot.
Stranger
I
things
think it's
are
and
afoot.
stranger, you know, things are stranger and stranger.
Well, talking about strange things, I always wonder how they come up with the names for these things. So let me try and tell you the name of this asteroid that a well-renowned professor is convinced was an alien spaceship.
We should have him on the show and debate him about this.
Well, here we go. Oumuamua. Oumuamua. Say that 10 times. There's your tongue twister for the week. Okay, well, anyway, this object was seen back in 2017. It came into the solar system, and it was cruising in, zipped around the sun, and then it actually headed back out to space. Now, this isn't directly enough to say, hey, it was an alien spaceship. Stuff comes
According to
into
his professor, it is, though.
Wow, let me give you his biggest argument. So he's got one big argument here, but remember, stuff comes into our solar system, goes out all the time. Debris. We have leftover parts of planets, whatnot. Take your pick, right?
Or pick your take. Yeah.
Pick your take. But here's the big thing that, and again, I'm not going to mention the guy's name. He had an interview with another place.
About a place with the person.
About Oumuamua. Okay, but his biggest thing is that when this, and it still blows my mind that they're able to figure this stuff out. This object came into the solar system, goes around the sun, leaves, but when it's leaving, it left faster than it came in.
Oh, probably because of the massive weight getting into the gravitational pull.
I'm thinking like a slingshot effect, right? You go around the sun, you slingshot it out.
Yeah, because
And now we're not debunkers here.
We are, but we're just a couple of geeks.
We're just bunk geekers, right? I mean, anyway, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, his argument, for the most part, is based on, that's his big argument. And I guess this guy had so much time in the last 4 years, he even wrote a whole book about it. So if you see one asteroid, say it's a spaceship, apparently that's enough to make a book. Go ahead, go figure. Anyway, I guess his theory is something that when you get into the sun, the temperatures rise so much that the ice in the asteroid didn't melt and then evaporate. The three-phase that it usually is.
Yeah.
Instead, it sublimes, and when it sublimes, it goes directly from a liquid, a solid to a gas state. So it went from ice to vapor, and they're saying the counter argument is saying that this could have been enough to propel the asteroid as some kind of a jet.
No, I
don't know. I'm thinking slingshot, if nothing else.
And it could be a different type of metal that we haven't discovered yet, because the stuff in space is
you don't know what's going on.
Millions and millions of years old, and plus it's always expanding. And now they're finding new galaxies. They were finding about some other galaxy that was like almost a computer type of matrix, kind of thing in our own galaxy. I saw the article up. I'll have to look it up, but it was just really
it's
weird.
Pretty vague.
So you can't just say, "Oh, I see a shooting star" or whatever. That's an alien, Or,
exactly.
You have to have. I guess like the only way you can do this is obviously have access to a satellite, track it, and try to send something up there that you can get some physical evidence off and bring it back down. And usually when people are debunking stuff like this, they write papers, on here's my theory, like what I found out about 19 Psych. Some scientist wrote a whole paper, really big article about it. Not a full-length book.
Well, that's what I mean. It's kind of unfair. The guy said, hey, I got this big asteroid. I'm going to write a book.
Here's how it happened.
Okay, and then what? We got to listen to... Well, I don't know. He's got. So his best guess is that it was a piece of alien trash, like a defunct exploratory spacecraft. Okay, you could think of the Voyager, which we got still going out there. By the time we lose contact with the Voyager, it's going to keep moving. But you wrote a book? Come on.
It sounds like
a piece of trash?
Yeah, it sounds like a
literally
theory, more like a theory opinion. His opinion instead of facts.
It sounds very.
We could be wrong. We could be completely wrong, but there's only one way to find out, and that's
we could write a book.
We can write a book.
We can write a book,
just like I'm doing. But it's still you can't with that much facts about an unknown object and come out with your own. Does it say how many pages his book is? Because I'm just curious.
That's a good question. I guess
it
doesn't say anything like a novella or anything like that. He just says he wrote a book. The guy's a professor, which means, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but there are multiple levels of professorship. Let's assume he's a full professor.
Yeah.
Shouldn't he be teaching a class? He's over here writing a book. Come on, guy.
Got a lot of free time,
I don't know. Power to him. That's cool. Maybe I'll read his book. I probably won't.
Maybe we'll debate him.
Yeah.
Get him on the show.
Maybe we'll get him over here. Who knows? But
it's still interesting. Just like a lot of these TV shows and
just seems like kind of a jump.
And this and that, and you have. It's good to have theories. But at least try to come out with the facts. Like if you have some
I'm sure he's got some arguments to back it up. It's just
his theories.
It's tough because it's one of those things that you're never going to be able to get the answer to.
No.
It's gone. It's never coming back. Maybe, if this thing comes back into the solar system, okay, then I'll start looking more into it. But
it's not like it's flying over New York City or San Francisco or any of those places, and it's Independence Day, or
it's like, hey, I saw a spaceship.
It's a phenomenon.
Nobody else was there but me. I saw a spaceship. I promise it was there. You just gotta take my word for it.
And and still to write a whole book about the subject, it's probably something that he believes. I'm sure he, really believes and something a bit too into it, but it's still a moot subject. Just like our discussion, but we've kind of closed the case on Bigfoot stealing the coffee, in the morning.
I don't think we really have, because
we got good ground on it. I mean, because he's really big.
Good
ground.
Grounds, good grounds. Okay, I think we're going to need to wrap it up on that one.
Yes, sir. Well, any last words you'd like to say before we go?
No, just appreciate the viewership and...
Stay frosty, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you back again. We're going to try to do a show maybe tomorrow if possible. If not, just stay tuned. Hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends, family, and tune in because we are going to take over the airwaves. We're going to be the next big
Trash
thing.
Talk Radio is here to stay, baby.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.